Hey guys, it's Heather. Welcome to Module 15 of the Money Spot program on how to build a six-figure product business. This is the first module of marketing and it's on blogging essentials. Whether or not blogging is going to be your business, whatever your business is, blogging is a way of attracting customers to your business. It's a way that you can use your Google ads to attract customers to the specific content that you want people to read about that might encourage them to go on and buy whatever your product is. When I built the Nano Natural brand, the blog was quite pivotal to it. And through that blog, I ended up collecting 60,000 emails by the time I quit the business. And up until today, people still download the product I've got on there. And having not updated the blog for 3 years, I still get 20,000 hits a month, allowing me to make a little bit of Google ad revenue. Enjoy, and if you're enjoying what you're watching, like, subscribe, and share with someone that might be trying to build a business to see how this might be able to help them. Enjoy. Welcome to the marketing section of the Money Spot program on how to build a six-figure beauty or product business. Now, marketing is all about finding your customers, that is, making people that would be interested in your product or information realize you exist. No matter how great your product or website is, the likelihood of someone finding it is initially very low. And even if they do land on your site, for instance, by landing on one of your fabulous blogs, they're not very likely to buy because people don't buy from the majority of the sites they land on any given day. They're just surfing the net and they don't have an intention to buy. What you want is to appeal enough to your prospective customers such that they leave their contact details, allowing you to continue a conversation with them so that when they are ready to buy, you're at the top of their mind. Effective marketing involves you going to where your potential customers are, for example, Facebook, YouTube, or even offline like at trade shows and seminars, and luring them back to your business with compelling information or products. The first module under marketing is Module 15, Blogging Essentials. First and foremost, what is blogging? Well, blog is short for weblog, and it essentially is writing articles online. So you write a post on a particular subject and you post it online. That's a blog. Why should you blog? What is the importance of blogging for any given business? Firstly, it's a free way or almost free way for getting your message out. Secondly, you build loyalty through quality content. For example, imagine a time you're looking for a piece of information and you found a website that explained it really well. You immediately liked that website and you might have even bookmarked it and thought, well, when I need this kind of information again, I'll come back to this site. In so doing, that website created loyalty in you, and you want to do the same with your prospective customers. Finally, blogging is a very cheap way for getting a high search ranking or high web ranking, so-called search engine optimization. Each blog on your website is a new website page, and the more pages your website has, the more seriously you'll be taken by search engines such as Google. If you write just one blog post a week, by the end of the year, you'll have 52 blog posts a year. That is, your website will have 52 brand new pages on it. If you write 5 blog posts a week, you'll have 260 blogs by the end of the year. That's huge. A website with 260 pages on it is a big website and will obviously be taken much more seriously than one that just has 50 pages. The more you write, the faster you'll get ahead of the competition. But of course, what you write has to be relevant and of good quality. How is blogging better than sharing pictures and videos? We all love watching a video or seeing a pretty picture, but the beauty of blogs is that they're searchable. Search engines can't read images or videos. They can only crawl text. Consequently, Blogs have more firepower in getting you higher web ranking. Images are found using tags or any labels you attach with them, but any given images can only have a very limited number of tags or keywords attached to it, whereas a blog can obviously be a lot more keyword rich. Videos are found using titles, tags, and descriptions. Therefore, even if you just want to create video content, you'll benefit by writing a lengthy description and well thought out titles and keywords, because that's how videos are found. If your descriptions are going to be long anyway, you may as well be repurposing them as blogs and posting them to your own site. In fact, I think you should always be posting the videos to your site with some text because you own your site, whereas wherever you're posting your videos, likely to be YouTube, is owned by YouTube. So they own that site. You should want that content on your site to improve your own search engine optimization, not YouTube's. Keyword-rich titles improve search engine optimization. I'll give you an example of a title that I wrote that was completely rubbish. I went to a lovely restaurant called Enamo in London, and it was a very unique experience for me because instead of a waiter coming to the table, you had a projector screen projected onto your table, and you basically used your table to order. And once you're ready to order, you just pressed send to kitchen. So they saved on staff, and you didn't have to wait for someone to come and serve you in order to get going. I love that. Now, when I came home to write a blog about it, this was back in the day when I just wrote all my blogs for fun, I called the review Waves of Minor Genius. I was trying to be too clever. This was a poor title for a restaurant review. A better title would have been Inamo Restaurant, Piccadilly, London Review, because if someone's looking to eat at Inamo, they are looking for the restaurant name, they might include a location, and they might include review in the subject line because they're looking for reviews. Waves of Minor Genius was not going to be a title that anyone landed on to read a review on Inamo Restaurant. How many blogs should you write each week? If your website is new, I would personally suggest 3 as the very minimum and 5 or 6 blogs if you can, because that's a lot better in order to build that bulk of pages to improve your search engine optimization. By writing so prolifically, you will help to optimize the level of organic traffic coming to your website. After 12 to 18 months of prolific writing, you can afford to cut back a little. For instance, you might write 1 or 3 blogs a week, but more is still obviously better. In fact, although I'm suggesting you write 3 blogs as a minimum for a new site, if you can't commit to 3, then write 1 and be consistent about it. It's very bad to write 3 blogs one week, 0 the next, 1 the week after, and then back to 3. Just be consistent with whatever you decide to do. What blogs are best to write? To ensure visibility, write about what your customers are searching for. Stick to a single topic so that the search engines know that you're the guru on that particular topic. How can you get blog posts written for you? Well, if you don't have time to write blogs, I definitely suggest you get someone to write them for you. Firstly, you can hire a freelancer to do it for you via elance.com, odesk.com, or any other freelancing website. Before you commit to someone, ensure that they write well enough in English or whatever language it is you want them to write in before you make a long-term commitment. In addition, besides writing well, ensure that they either are already very knowledgeable on the topic or are very good at research. Hiring a freelancer is a skill all on its own. If you need help on hiring better, see my course, How to Hire Freelancers, available at themoneyspotprogram.com. Since joining Elance in September of 2011, by mid-2014 I'd spent over $10,000 in hiring freelancers for jobs that ranged from just $20 to several $1,000s. A little tip for you. Hiring salespeople needs more structure, so you need to give the person very specific details on outcomes. And if you do that, they're much more likely to deliver good results And I made the mistake when I first hired salespeople of not being very specific. So we weren't exactly on the same page. Then, if you're hiring someone to build a website or develop an app, both of which I've done before, you need to be a lot more rigorous in analyzing how skilled they are in that particular skill. For instance, a developer might have great reviews for building apps, but they're not necessarily fantastic at building websites. Similarly, someone who's fantastic at building websites might not be so good at building apps. So when you're going through the profile of a freelancer, there are particular things you should be paying attention to depending on what you want to hire them for. Anyway, I'm not going to go into detail here because that's a whole different topic, and you can take my course, How to Hire Freelancers, via the moneyspotprogram.com. How should you plan your blog schedule? Firstly, time. It's best to write in batches. Spend a chosen afternoon or day writing all your blog posts for the week. I find that this takes the thought away from you for the rest of the week to work on other things. I usually like to write my blog posts on, say, a Monday and preset them to go out on a Wednesday or Thursday, something like that. It'll be a lot easier for you to batch your blog writing than to write 3 blogs at 3 different times in the week. Once you've written them, then all you have to do is post them. Themes. For easy planning, you can have a monthly or a weekly theme for your posts to follow. This may also help with reader engagement, but the key bonus for you is that it makes it a lot easier to plan and write your posts. So for instance, if you bake, your theme might be cakes with fresh cream icing instead of sugar icing, or you might have a theme on cookies or celebratory baked goods, something like that. Anything that works for you and makes it a lot easier for you to write. Words. A lot of people ask, how many words does a good blog post have? It's not that specific. It depends on what you're writing and whether you can cover all the information within a given number of words. I would say 300 to 500 words per blog post is adequate. No one really has the time to read a lot more than that. So if you can get all your blogs within this number of words, then I think that's a perfect enough word count. Keywords. For search engine optimization, that's high search ranking on Google and other search sites, make sure your blog captures all the keywords relevant to your topic. But make sure it still makes sense whilst you're using those keywords. It wouldn't make sense if you just throw in keywords here and there without making sure it actually makes sense with the writing. Readability. Structure your posts with lots of white space, bolding, bullet points, numbered lists, and so forth for easy reading. There are so many blog posts out there that if yours isn't easy on the eye, the text is too small and isn't well spread out, people will leave your site a lot sooner rather than later. How can you write killer blog titles? A good blog title completely captures the topic of that blog post in a way that someone actually wants to read it. Effective titles portray one or more of the following. By the way, these are titles I just came up with for the Money Spot program. So these are potential titles that I might use. 1. Urgency. For example, save 25% today only. 2. Tell people about the benefits of your product or information rather than the features. For example, everything you must know to build a 6-figure beauty business. Just think through what are the top 5 benefits of whatever you're trying to sell or whatever you're trying to market. Whatever those key benefits are, from the perspective of the customers, try to include those in a title. 3. Fascination. The amazing secret to my huge Facebook following. Fascination makes everyone a little bit excited to find out about the content of your blog or the content of the email you've sent. Fascinate them. Make them want to click the post. 4. An intriguing promise. The fast track to almost immediate retirement. Who doesn't want to retire early? A title that has an intriguing promise promises the person something that they want. So think through things that you know your potential customers really, really want and then put those in a blog title or the subject of an email. 5. Share testimonials. For example, my advice led to $58,000 in sales in 120 days. With this title, I'm hoping people will think, "Ooh, I want to make that much money," and encourage them to click. Testimonials validate your business because you're always going to think that whatever your product or information is fabulous. But if someone else thinks it other than you, someone who paid money for your product, then it gives your business and your products a lot more credibility. 6. Use a question in your title. For example, is coaching really essential to success? Think about whatever questions people are asking for your niche. 7. Have a command with a teaser. Read this only if you're serious about your business. So in my particular case, the reader will think, I am serious about my business, and they'll click it just to prove that they're serious. For your particular niche, think about how you can command people with a teaser. 8. Just use a teaser, a direct teaser. For example, losing money daily, she turned to the Money Spot program. 9. Use fear or lists. And in this case, I've used both with the example, 7 warning signs your business is doomed. Whatever your business is, there's so many lists that you can write about. And if you know your potential customers quite well, you'll know what they're afraid of and what they want to avoid. So for example, if you have a weight loss business, you can say 7 ways to stop your belly getting fat once you start that desk job. Something like that. Just something that makes them think, oh, I don't want that to happen. Think of titles that kind of build on fears that your customers already have and that your information will solve. Last, but certainly not least, how to. How to is how a lot of people start any search in Google or any other search engines. For example, how to build a 6-figure beauty business from home, or even just simply how to build a 6-figure business. So think of all the how-tos in your particular niche. Write a list. I'm sure you can come up with 10 right now, and you've got your list of how-to titles. Having just gone through all the ways in which you can write a title, write a few titles. You can use a combination of suggestions. So for instance, you can combine urgency and sharing of a testimonial in one title, so that the title is both urgent and it shares a testimonial. You don't have to restrict yourself to just one of these 10. Go to your training manual for exercise 1, and it's all about you coming up with blog titles that you're going to write in the next couple of weeks. So what's the conclusion on blogging? When you hear the saying, content is king, it isn't a joke. The more high-quality blogs you have on your website, the more search engines will view your site as an information powerhouse, thereby bringing your site up more frequently in search results. Indeed, more people will also link back to your site in their own blog writing, thereby increasing your site's credibility in the eyes of search engines. See you in Module 16, Marketing Using Email Lists. Hey, if you got this far, you must have enjoyed what you watched. Like, subscribe, and share it with one of your friends that might be trying to start a business or trying to grow a business. Enjoy, and I hope I see you soon.